Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell has addressed the salary of government ministers in Grenada and the accusations of corruption within government over the years. He said when talking about transparency and good governance, there needs to be an honest discussion about what those words translate to and why there is a perception of corruption, real or imagined, and what can be done to minimize this.
In Grenada, government ministers' salaries, in my view, are woefully inadequate. And what that means is that you almost create a situation where people are vulnerable, and therefore you find a situation where the corruption and so on could happen easily. Because if you're going to give persons a very demanding job to do, and there's no doubt that being a government minister or an MP is a demanding job, and then the state provides little or no or very inadequate resources to allow them to do that job, then you're almost facilitating the process where people are going to be weak, be vulnerable, and they find themselves making decisions that they should not do. However, if you create an environment where persons are paid well, they're given the resources, then you certainly would be minimizing the risk of corruption. And if it does happen, then there certainly should be dire consequences for them because they would have no excuses.
Speaking with Good Morning St. Lucia host Shannon LaBurn, the Prime Minister reiterates the need to measure performance as key to his government's transformation agenda.
And measuring of performance is going to be absolutely key. But it's not just self-measurement. Obviously, the public is going to have to measure up performance as well, which is part of the reason why we'll be going back to them. But we are very keen on ensuring that our permanent secretaries, the public service, understands that we came into office with a particular mandate on a particular platform, and that we explain to them via consultation, via discussions, via retreats, that this is the agenda we came on and this is the agenda that we're sticking to.
The Prime Minister commenced the first in a planned series of retreats to improve working relationships between government ministers, cabinet staff, permanent secretaries, department heads, and senior managers at Radisson Beach Resort, and that is geared towards achieving plans as outlined in the National Democratic Congress manifesto.
We want to forge a close, professional working relationship with the senior managers of the government. We are under no illusion that if that relationship is not a professional one, that if that relationship is not one, to quote the Secretary to the Cabinet, that sets goals that we work towards, that we will not be able to embark upon the transformation agenda that I am satisfied is the only basis upon which the citizens of Grenada give us the mandate to assume office.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.